Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge, and let's talk horror. So today I am joined by the beautiful Lizombie. Liz, how you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. Lucky to be alive.
Well, I mean, now more today than ever, but
yeah, truth.
I would like to talk real quick about the AFMG Cafe.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, can you tell us what you do over there?
So I am a vegan. It's a lot, so you gotta take it in. I am a vegan donut horror themed pop-up that's also a board game cafe. So like anything a nerdy horror fan's gonna ever want, just like packed into one thing. And we do like horror themed donuts. So they're Dippin' Donuts. So they're donut holes. So we have different combos. So I just made Killer Clown Donuts, has cotton candy flavored donuts with this strawberry compote. And then I made like little rock candy for it too. So that's kind of like what we do. And then we do pop-ups in Milwaukee.
That's so awesome. And how long have you been doing this for?
So I've been baking for years, but I just started this. I'm going on my 1 year. So it's only been 1 year. Yeah.
I can't.
It moved faster than I thought.
There to try this.
I know. I have to make your oh my god, what was that donut? Yes, the sweet and sour. I'm working on it. I'm legit working on it. I'm gonna make it happen.
If you do, we are going to come up there eventually one day anyway. So we're gonna have to come up there and try that.
Yeah.
So
I'm working on it. It's gonna come to me.
So what gave you the inspiration to start the cafe?
So I have a indie board game company already, and we do party games and like we try to help other creatives. And I kind of wanted to start working full time for myself, but also find something that can make like a living with. And I was like, man, if I could just stick everything that I like into one store, I'm sure there's other nerds out there that'll love it. And I'm like, I just need horror themed donuts. And I was like, and I'm vegan, so vegan donuts. And then I was thinking about different ways to do the donuts. So I thought like dippers, because I'm a dipping fan. Like, you know, it's like using too much ketchup or mustard or whatever. But and then of course the board games, and I stuck it all into one crazy portable board game cafe with vegan horror themed donuts. So yeah, it's I'm excited though. It's moving way quicker than I thought, like that I planned, which is awesome, but also sucks at the same time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It could definitely be overwhelming at times. I understand that. But the good thing is like you're obviously doing something right. You know, if it wasn't heading in the right direction, you wouldn't be overwhelmed at times. So there's always that, you know, with great work comes great results, but with great results come more great work. Like, you know, it's
the work I don't mind. Yeah, it's the work I don't mind. If this like was someone else and they were my boss, I'd be like, God, she's such a bitch. God, why do I gotta be so stressful? Now, like, I still call her a bitch, but I'm calling myself that. I'm like, seriously, it's my birthday. Why do I have to work? I'm like, you're gonna do it. We're the only worker we have.
But I requested this months ago.
Yeah, god damn it. Follow up with my email. I email myself too, by the way. So I'm like split personality style.
To whom it may concern.
I'm like that Jim Carrey gif.
Right. So fucking awesome.
Did you follow up with that? Excuse me. Let me piggyback off of your idea. Like, I was in corporate America once and I cringe at the like the corporate highlights that I used all the time. I'm like, ooh, best regards, bitch.
Right.
Like
but the good thing is, like you said, like with it being, you know, your operation, yes, it can be stressful at times, but at the end of the day, this is you. This is part of your identity and who you are. And that's special to me. Like that's something that no matter what ever happens, no one can ever take away the success that you've had. And honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you nothing but the most success. I'm hoping this becomes a chain.
Thank you. I need all that good karma.
Go visit one. Go visit one here in Michigan at some point. So
Man,
another
if I
thing I want to
expand,
say,
Michigan will definitely be the state that I expand in.
yeah,
Because
because
your neighbors.
Midwest love. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Got to keep it there.
Um, right. And I do want you guys to know, if you want to check this stuff out, you don't have to travel very far. All the links are down in the description for social media,
Whoop, whoop.
website, everything. So you can check it out and you can be supportive of AFMG as well as Liz herself. So it's something incredible. Horror fans is the best community in the whole world. So make sure
It
you're checking
really
out
is.
everything that she's doing. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, it really is a family. Once you get involved in the community, it really is like the coolest, sweetest family that they would literally do anything for you, even though we want to watch someone get their eyes ripped out of their head.
Yeah.
Like, it's the craziest thing.
We don't want to kill each other.
Right. In the sweetest of ways.
Yeah.
So we know what you're doing now with the cafe and how you've been doing with that. But here for a minute, I would like to go back to the past and talk about how horror got started for you, your first horror movie. And I could not talk about this movie enough. This is my favorite movie in the franchise that we're about to talk about. So, Liz, your first horror movie was
Nightmare on Elm Street 4 Dream Master.
And that's not lip service. Anybody that knows me knows this is my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street film. Like, is it the best one? No,
it is
not
literally. I mean, it's amazing in its own way.
How
even
many
with the
movies
cheesy
can you
spirits?
say, yeah. How many movies could you say you get to see Freddy Krueger as a shark swimming through the water with with
he's
the
so
glove thing?
badass too. He's like the coolest guy. He's the coolest killer slash, child killer
he's
on
the
Earth.
coolest child killer I've ever been around. I could say that.
I'm telling you.
Do you remember how old you were the first time you had seen it, Liz?
So, it's funny. I checked the year that Nightmare on Elm Street came out because I saw it in theaters. My dad snuck me in. So it was 1988. So I was 8 years old.
That is so rad. And I do want to say, hell yeah, Dad.
Right? I was crying. Yeah, I was crying like heavily because I couldn't make it. My dad was like, you know what? We're going to look at one of these stupid movies and we're going to say we're going to go to it. And you know what we're going to do? We're not going to go to it. We're going to go to Nightmare. He's like, but don't tell anybody. Do not tell anybody. Because I was that honest kid that would be like just going into the theater saying, hey, I got in, guys. Like, so my dad's like, I told you, don't tell anybody. So I did. I was like, it was the best thing. I like got into theater at mid dog pee. Like that's it was the best timing. Yeah. That's when I fell in love.
Right. Yeah. I knew the minute I seen the dog pee, I knew what time it was.
When I saw dog pee going on fire, I was like, you know what? This movie is going to be something special to me.
Well, I was going to ask you who you've seen it with, but you did tell us that. So I want to skip that question because I don't want to revisit that. But which scene would you say it was that really affected you the most from this film? And there's a lot to choose from. And this is one of those movies where people say the franchise starts to go downhill. I think this is still peak Freddy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think the Dream Child, to me, is where the franchise really takes a nosedive.
Yeah, that weird kid.
Fuck. But at least with this movie, you get Freddy doing one-liners, but he still has some awesome kills, and there's a lot of effective scenery as long as it's not invisible karate. But
hey, it was like the 80s. I feel like everyone had to do karate in the 80s.
What would you say your scene that affected you the most was from the film?
Honestly, so this is so funny because every time I talk about this movie in general, I talk about Debbie, just the character. Legit, as a child, I was like, this bitch is badass. And I've already turned into my own version of Debbie because I'm like the rocker bitch. I work out a lot. Like, I just didn't turn into a cockroach, but like, I thought that was also the coolest death. Yeah, it could happen.
We still have time.
It could happen. But I just thought it was like the coolest thing because she had like the mirrored like weights and she was badass. And I thought she was going to like beat the shit out of Freddy, but no, she had no chance.
And the thing with her arms there, like when her arms break apart, like, oh my God,
it made me cringe like so bad. I remember as a kid, like that affected me. Like, oh my God, I like loved it, which is kind of disturbing, but I was like, I loved it. But at the same time, I was like, this is fucking scary. Like I had nightmares I was gonna turn into like a bug because I hate bugs to begin with. But yeah, I was like, what the hell? And she had like the coolest weights. They were mirrored.
Yeah.
So then you saw like Freddy's face when she started like doing the weights. I'm like, this is awesome. She was almost like a punk rocker. Not, I was gonna say punk rocker Elvira. Like Elvira with a perm. That's what she kind of reminded me of.
For sure. When you actually have Freddy squeezing the Roach Motel and you actually have her death, like it's so all the fluids coming out, like it's so fucking gnarly.
Just like that whole scene, because you have like then you have the other two characters driving around in circles trying to get to her and they can't because they're just repeating over and over again. It's like, oh my fucking God, this girl's not gonna, they're like right there. It's like, ugh.
They keep ending right back up at the cafe.
Yeah.
Over and over again. Yeah, so awesome. And I will tell you this. Me and my cousins said this so many times as kids. That right there is something that my cousins and I said all the time growing up. Like no lip service. Like that's so legit. Like
that's like the best scene
because I loved him. Oh, it is. And you think he's gonna win? Like he is so.
He's like, I beat your fucking ass. He's like, I got this. You're like, but the movie just started, and then Freddy's like, no, bitch. But I'm like, God, he's just so confident.
Yes, way confident. So that kind of brings me into my next question. We talked about which scene affected you the most. But what would you say your favorite scene from Dream Master is?
Oh my God. So my favorite scene, I mean, honestly, it's got to be the shark one, just because it's so badass. But if I wouldn't say the shark one, I would definitely say Sheila's death, because it was just so like, I don't know. It was like cheesy because it totally looked like a blow up doll. But I don't know, something about it like creeped me out as a kid, and it still kind of does, where he's like in school and then he's like, let's suck face, and he sucks her like just dry. Well, you know what I mean, like sucks the air out.
I was gonna say, I might have to hang out with Freddy
Freddy porn,
I think I downloaded the wrong movie.
You know, God damn it. But I mean, seriously though, when she like deflates, it looks like they have a blow up doll. It's like legit a blow up doll. But it was just like, it's such a creepy death. Oh wait, you know what? Sorry, scratch that. That's not my favorite scene. I totally forgot. It's the meatball one. It's the pizza place where he grabs the souls and he eats the meatballs.
Soul food.
Yeah, I was like, that is like the best scene ever. He's just sitting there chilling, eating all the souls.
It's so gross. It looks so disgusting.
I didn't want to eat like pizza with sausage for like years. Like this was before I was vegan. I was like, I'm not. My mom's like, let's get some sausage pizza. I'm like, no. I literally ate cheese pizza from then on.
You were like, listen, I could get some Joey, some Kincaids. I'm good. I'll stick with cheese.
Nope.
So
yeah. I mean, they don't even look like pepperonis. Just like,
You touched on it a little bit. Death is something that we love in horror movies, and this movie has plenty of amazing death scenes in it. Of all the death scenes, which one is your favorite?
I do like the homage to the first Freddy that they do with I think his name was Shane in like the waterbed, and then he ends up like inside the waterbed. Just because I didn't even know about Freddy 1 at the time, because this was my first horror movie, but my dad showed me the first one, and when I saw that, I thought it was like the coolest thing, and I still think of it then, because he's like sitting on the couch with his fucking TV. He's got the girl. It's like basically the same scene. He just gets sucked in instead of, you know, the blood pouring all over the place. The gusher.
Right. Well, I mean, this is something that, like I said, it's a movie that it's a comfort movie for me. I genuinely love this movie. If I'm talking about the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, this is my favorite, but this episode isn't about me. This is about you. So I want to know, in the franchise, which movie is your favorite in the Nightmare franchise?
Oh man. Damn. It's crazy because it's like there's not one, well, it's definitely not any of the last ones, and a new one never happened. That Freddy just doesn't exist in this world in my brain. See, damn it. I'm gonna stick with the classic, just Nightmare on Elm Street. Like,
just the OG.
Yeah, because I mean, I love 4 because it's one of my first ones. Which one was it that he used the power glove in? That one I liked.
Oh, Freddy's Dead.
Yeah. I like that one. I mean, like, just for the front.
That one has a special place in my heart because I went and seen that one in the theater and it was in 3D and like it was a novelty, you know. But man, that movie's so bad when you go watch it.
I saw that in the theater. I did a double feature. It was that and House Party 2. So it was like, it was like we worked out a deal with my mom where we had to see a House Party if she had to like come see the Freddy 3D, but it wasn't even scary, so she was fine. Right. But it's like legit, just that like scene with the power glove just made the movie for me. And
now you're playing with power.
Yeah, and then the Iron Butterfly song, that was awesome. Other than that, the rest of the movie sucked because that's definitely a movie where you see him doing like, I got a bat.
Yeah.
Like
when Freddy explodes and he comes right like, come on, man.
You see that regular, it's just like little viruses.
Yes, the little pieces of the heads that are flying off. Like, give me a break. The little they look like little sperm. I was
gonna say they look like Freddy's sperms. It's like
we keep going back to the Freddy porno here. Like,
it is.
What are we doing here, Liz?
That's my gay root. I saw the Freddy sperm. I was like, no, you know what? We're gonna get the hell out of here.
Yep, that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
I need a woman. Bring me a woman.
Cut it out.
So I do want to real quick. We talked about your first horror movie being The Dream Master and what that movie means to you. But now I kind of want to throw a little bit of a curveball here at you. My little buddy Ghostface is here, and he has a question for you. What's your favorite scary movie, Liz? What is your favorite horror movie of all time?
It's gonna have to be Evil Dead.
Oh, the OG.
Yeah, Evil Dead. I feel like that was my first passion, like my own, without like, you know, my dad showing me a horror movie.
Sure.
It was like, and it was weird. I watched Army of Darkness religiously. And then I saw Evil Dead and I was like, holy crap, this is incredible, everything. But I'm gonna say Evil Dead. You gotta love the Ash.
Sugar, baby.
Yeah. And his attitude.
Like, in the original Evil Dead, he's such a little bitch in the first one. And then like to watch him go from that, I know, and like watching him go from that to who we have in Ash versus the Evil Dead is such a funny transformation for me.
Awesome.
Yeah, but like even like Army of Darkness, like Army of Darkness is probably my least favorite in the franchise. It's easily the one I've quoted the most.
Yeah.
And to say
this is my boomstick.
Yes. To say that's my least favorite in the franchise is still like that's better than 70% of other franchises that are out there. I mean, I love Army of Darkness and everything about that, how corny it is, how over the top when he's getting sucked in the book and his face gets elongated. Like,
I love when like just the skeletons, his evil twin is like getting known army. I'm like, this is incredible. I would watch that over and over again. Literally, it's like there's 2 people I have to meet from like famous horror people, and that's Bruce Campbell and Elvira. Like, I have to see them. If I don't, I'll probably end up in a white padded room.
Well, at least you're setting the bar low.
Yeah.
Which sucks because we were supposed to meet Bruce Campbell a couple weekends ago at Horror Hound in Cincinnati, and he had to drop out because of a filming schedule conflict. And I was like, I kind of just want to lay in bed.
They're doing the Evil Dead Towers coming up.
Yeah. I'm
excited.
Very excited. It's going to be so dope. So, we've talked about your first horror movie and your favorite horror movie, but before I let you go, we always bounce back to our first horror movie. And what we're going to do here is we're going to rank this on a skull count. Now, we're not ranking it on acting, production, score, nothing like that. What we're doing here is ranking The Dream Master strictly on how much it affected you on first viewing. So 0 skulls being not effective. 5 being extremely effective. You can use half and quarter skulls anywhere in the middle.
Okay.
So what would your ranking of The Dream Master be?
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Wow. Going way over. Yeah.
And that's just because of maybe because I was 8 years old. Literally the roach thing fucked with my head for a while. And to this day, when I get lost, that scene pops in my head. The people just going over and over in circles. I'm like, I quote it every time. I'm like, we're in a fucking Freddy movie. I'm like, I've seen that gas station before. We're just going in circles. And I have sheer panic. So yeah, I mean, definitely. Even the pizza, like, yeah. I need to go to therapy after that one.
Well, it's funny because, like I said, like a lot of people shit on me for saying it, but I think this is my favorite one in the franchise.
Yeah.
We just did a franchise ranking. It's not the best. The OG
it's a solid.
Yeah, I think the original is, with Psycho, the two closest things to a horror movie I've ever seen in my life. To a perfect horror movie, I'm sorry.
Yes.
If you take out the ending of both of those movies, like, that's my biggest problem with Psycho, is when Anthony Perkins gets taken down by him lifting his arm and falling down.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? That's what took this guy out? And the same thing with the OG Nightmare. Like, when you have that dumb fucking Freddy car and the blow up down mom get sucked back in the window. It looks so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
and like,
you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, like, we just built all this, and now I gotta watch a fucking Freddy car and a literal blow up down get sucked into the window. Like, Bob Shea, you son of a bitch.
I mean, that looked bad back then. Like, I knew it looked like a fake blow up doll.
Well, and what makes me even more mad is they're like, we did this to set up the sequel. And then Nightmare 2 has nothing to do with any of it.
I was like, they're like, you know what, guys? This ending sucked. Let's not even like make people be like, oh no, you have to watch the first one. Let's give them a second where they could just be like, no, you'll get the gist. You got
They're
this.
like, you know, in about 30 years, there's gonna be this guy that's gonna consistently bitch about the ending of this movie every chance he gets. So let's just do something new with part 2. So
they're never gonna know.
I do want to remind everybody, all of the social media links are down in the description for the cafe, for Liz, and everything that she does. And I cannot tell you guys how much she means to me as a friend, how much everything she does is super special to me, and I'm pulling for her all the time. So you should be too, not just for her, not just for me, but for yourself, because you're missing out if you're not. Because I'm telling you, one day she's gonna have the sweet and sour donut.
It's gonna be sweet and sour.
You're not gonna want to miss that. So
we're gonna have a sweet and sour ball special.
So we're back on the Freddy porn.
See,
everybody, please, like I said, make sure you're following those social media links. Liz, don't go anywhere. I got a couple more questions for you.
Got it.
Everybody else, as always, keep talking horror, stay what you are, and we'll see you guys soon.